Welcome everyone. We're glad that you could make it out for our Christmas program this year. There has been a lot of work that has gone into this play. Want to thank everyone who has been part of this. There's been a lot of time and effort, and so thank you everyone. A couple of announcements. We have treat bags for everyone, so please be sure to get yours on the way out. Also, we'll be having a reception in the fellowship hall afterwards, and everyone is invited to attend that. So please join us for that, and we're glad that you're here as we proudly present Christmas Comes to Detroit Louisville. But Kara, can we put it off for a few days, at least until after Christmas? Let's wait till the holidays are over and then we can do it.
I am not leaving this place until he's admitted. If you can't be man enough to face facts, then I'll sign the papers and get him in myself.
Can't you just understand, Kara? He's my father. I can't just cast him aside like some old worn-out shoe. He's my father. I'm his son. I owe him more than that.
You're not casting him aside, John. He's old, too old to care for himself. Here, they can take care of him. They're fixed for it. Plus, he'd be with others his own age. Don't you think he'd like that?
I don't know. I just don't know. I keep thinking about what he would do for me if I were in his place.
Well, what about it? Are you going to sign the papers?
What about the kids? What do we tell them when they see us come home without him? They've already bought gifts for him.
We'll just tell him that he's going to visit a friend, and we'll be back. Oh, John, can't you see? It's the only way. He doesn't fit in anymore. He doesn't understand us, the children, our ways, our friends. He's just in the way then, isn't he? No, that's not it. It's just that... Oh, John, why can't you understand?
I understand. Don't cry, darling. You go on and sign the papers, and I'll try to tell him.
You can go on in now, Miss Brown. The doctor will see you. Now, Miss Aiken, what is it this time? I can't believe you don't have something that hasn't been photographed or taken out yet.
Well, you know that a person like me deserves more respect than that. I just want to see the doctor.
Please, Miss Aiken, don't you know it's Christmas? He has a family just like the rest of us. Couldn't you come back another time? How about this? I'll give you a bottle of those nice pink and blue pills, and if you're not feeling better by Monday morning, I'll call the doctor and see if he'll operate.
That would be nice. No, I might even not last until then. Could you please hurry up?
Hello.
Hello.
You're awfully lonesome, aren't you?
Well, yes, I guess I am. But what makes you think that? Do I look lonesome?
I can't see you, but I bet you do.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that you couldn't.
Well, that's all right. I don't mind. Besides, being blind isn't as bad as most people think. I see a lot more than you might imagine. Take you, for instance. You're a rather old gentleman. Your legs aren't too dependable. Your hands shake, and you're very, very lonesome.
How do you know that? If you can't see, then how can you tell me all these things?
I knew you were old, for I heard another man call you Dad, and they had to help you in here. I knew about your legs from the sound of your cane. The paper keeps rattling when you read it, so I know your hands must be shaking.
But what makes you think I'm lonesome?
is the easiest part of all, your voice. Are you sick, mister? Did you come here to get well?
Oh, no. I came up here with my son. He's up here visiting a friend. He's going to be back for me soon. My, but you're a pretty little girl. How old are you?
I'm 12. I'm glad you're just visiting, and not like some of the others I've met on my visits. Once there was an old lady whose son left here just because she was old, and
Pardon me, do either of you have time?
No, I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right. I'm not going anywhere. I do wish that doctor would hurry. I've got the most fascinating symptoms to tell him about. Do you know the doctor?
No, I don't know him. I'm just here with my son. He's visiting his friend.
I know him. He says that maybe one day when I'm old enough, he can make me see again. If he can just get that specialist to come and look at my eyes.
Dr. Wilson is my doctor. What a marvelous man. He's done 11 operations and not dropped a stitch. He is a wonderful man.
Dad, Kara and I, we thought.
Son, is it going to be a while then? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I just want you to think back that time when you were down by the railroad tracks and you brought that little puppy home and you set it down and it just took off running around, you know, knocking things over, getting in your mom's way. And she said, John Lee, you're just going to have to give that puppy up. And you scooped him up and you ran up them stairs all the while you were saying, I'll never speak to you again, Mommy. And locked yourself in your room. By supper time, all was well. And that night before you said your prayers, you wrapped your tiny little arms around her neck and told her that you loved her and you were sorry and that you knew it was best to give that puppy a new home. Go ahead, John. Take as long as you need to be with your friend. I'll just be sitting here waiting for you.
Dad, it's just that I'll be back in a minute.
Was your boy crying, mister? Why was he crying?
Oh, he just gave away his last little puppy.
What did he say?
Oh, nothing important. Nothing important as it is for what's coming tomorrow, especially for a 12-year-old.
What's going to happen tomorrow?
Why, it's Christmas. Haven't you ever heard of Christmas?
Oh, that. I guess so.
Hey, Matt, is Doc in?
Yes, he's in. You can ring for the nurse. Right over there, you'll find a bell on that desk right there.
Here, Harry, have a seat. Rest your finger.
Oh, dear me. Have you hurt your hand?
Nah, lady, he comes in here once a week for a manicure.
Well, I never. You would think that a person in my condition would get more respect.
Yeah, you in pretty rough shape. Hey, is this a morgue or a hospital? Hey, nurse! Hey, nurse! Come out here!
That wasn't very nice of you, talking to that nice lady like that and yelling at the nurse in that way. She won't appreciate that very much either.
I bring my pal in here in agony. Do I not get no, is there no mercy around here?
Maybe if you just calm down a little bit, it'll be better. And the nurse will be with you in just a few minutes, I'm sure.
Louie, I'm dying. I'm dying. You gotta help me, Louie.
See? He's done! He's done! Emergency! Come here! Come out here!
What in the world is going on out here? Who's making all that noise?
Thank goodness you're here. It's my pal here. Do you think he's going to lose his arm?
Let's see, look. Has he lost any blood? I can't seem to find any broken bones.
It's this finger here, Doc. I think it's broke.
Do you think that's what all this excitement was over? One little finger?
It ain't my little finger, girl. It's my picking finger.
He doesn't look like a musician to me.
Maybe he's an artist. An artist has to be very careful with his hands.
Yeah, that's right. I'm an artist. Tell him I'm an artist.
Yeah, he's an artist.
Well, I can't seem to find any broken bones. How did you do it?
Well, we were on the bus and this guy sat on my hand.
Well, how in the world does that happen? Unless, what were you doing in his pockets?
I was just making change, that's all. Just making change.
Well, it doesn't look like it's too bad. Just a little sprain. I tell you what, these other folks are ahead of you. It shouldn't be too much longer. Just have a seat over here with them, and I'll be with you in a couple minutes, okay? Well, hello, Julie.
Hello, doctor. Have you heard from him? Has he studied my tests?
Now, Julie, we've waited this long. We can wait a little bit longer. You've got to be patient. He's going as fast as he can, working as hard as he can, but we just got to wait a little bit longer, okay? Well, Mrs. A, don't you just look awful?
Well, thank you, doctor. They haven't brought out any new medicines, have they?
No, ma'am, but I promise as soon as they do, you'll be the first to know.
Okay.
Miss Barnes, I'll be ready for these folks here in just a couple of minutes, okay? You must be Mr. Barner.
Why, yes, that's right. Hey, my son must have told him that I was out here. Then you must know I'm not a patient. I'm here with my son. He's visiting his friend.
But they said...
Sure, I understand. Miss Barnes, just give me a few more minutes and then I'll get some more of these patients. I'm trying to get out of here quickly. The kids are waiting on me at home. They're waiting on me to set up the tree, so I'd like to try to get out of here quickly. But well, that's weird. I could have sworn I must have left my watch in the other room.
Okay, if I could find my pen, I'll finish your chart. And I was sure I had it with me.
Do you take the day off?
Y'all's got to stay and practice, ain't he? Oh, pardon me, ma'am. Was this your pen? I think you must have dropped it.
Why, thank you. Now, let's see now. What's your name?
Harry the Lift, but my friends call me Harry. This is Detroit Logan. Do you need this too?
Yes, since he's the one bringing you in, but I'll have to have your correct name. Nicknames won't do.
It's Harry the Lift, but my friends call me Harry. I don't mind them shortening it though.
Oh, well. What's your address?
I don't have a permanent address. We live in that big brick building downtown.
Well, how long have you lived there? Surely you can remember that.
Oh, yeah, that's an easy one. The the landlord said we could stay for a year and a day.
Well, that's a strange lease. Oh, well. What's your occupation?
Occupation? What is this, the 3rd degree?
No, I'm just trying to get this information for your chart. I just asked how you make your living. You do work, don't you?
I'm entitled to counsel, Lena. The Constitution says I've got rights.
All right, well, you guys can have a seat over here in the waiting room. The doctor will be with you shortly. Well, thank goodness that's over. Well, that's funny. I swore I had my watch. Oh well, there's a clock inside.
Does your hand hurt much?
No, not much. Just a little stiff, that's all.
That's good. You know what tomorrow is?
Nah, you don't know what tomorrow is, Harry. Tell her tomorrow's Sunday. What do? Get your calendar too.
I know it's Sunday. It's just us kind of special Sunday after. That's all.
Mr. Cleveland, would you hand me a magazine, please?
Listen, lady. The name's Detroit. Detroit who?
Oh, yes, I knew it was someplace.
Hey, how long you been waiting, old man?
Oh, not long. The other two ladies have been here quite a while, though. I'm not a patient. I'm up here with my son. He's visiting a friend. He'll be back for me any time now.
Oh, you sure he ain't checking you in here? This is a nursing home too, ain't it?
Shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourself for even thinking a thing like that.
Young woman, if you want to see the doctor, you'll have to ring that bell right there. Not that it'll do anything good.
Excuse me, you'll have to excuse my manners. All this excruciating pain. Harry, get up.
Louie.
One more trick like that, I won't read you the funnies for a month.
Lady, is something wrong? Can I get you something? Can I help you?
No, I'm okay. I just feel a little...
God, Harry, don't just stand there. Let
I'm trying.
Nurse! What in the world? What's happened here?
Oh, dear, I think I'm going to faint.
It's gonna faint, baby. You're faint. Quit talking about it.
She came in a moment ago, and she said she wanted to see the doctor, and, oh my goodness, I think I'm going to faint.
Just faint already, lady.
Well, I never.
Please tell me what's happening. Why are you yelling at one another?
Don't cry, little one. She's just a little ill right now. That's all. Would you look at her, nurse? Doesn't look like she's had anything to eat for a week.
She's coming too. All right, why don't you help me get her in the back room so the doctor can evaluate her?
Is the lady hurt? Is that what's wrong with her?
From the way she looks, she's been hurt all right, but not in the way that you think.
Suicide, if you ask me.
Suicide. Are you nuts?
Say what you will. You just wait and see. Did you see her face? Pale, hungry, clothes ragged. I've seen her kind before. Probably took an overdose of sleeping pills.
If she wanted to kill herself, then why did she come here?
Maybe she wanted to go. Maybe she just wanted to take her off.
You go ahead and make your wisecracks. You'll see.
Nurse, I was just trying to help, that's all.
Sure you did. Now you just have a seat down here and be this little boy.
How is she, nurse? Is it serious?
The doctor is with her now. I'll let you know something after he examines her.
Just ask her how many she took. It might save you a lot of trouble.
It might save you all a lot of trouble if you just sit down and relax until the doctor can see you. I don't think you have anything to worry about unless I'm badly mistaken.
Miss Jane Doe walks up in here, passes out like a cold mackerel, and she says we got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, Lily, what are we going to do if the cops come? What are we going to do?
What he means to say is we hope the cops don't come down here and take us all in for questioning.
That would be a shame, since this is the night before Christmas.
Christmas, just another day in the year to be, just like any other. The doctor says I may not see another one.
Don't worry, ma'am. I've seen several people who look just as bad as you, and they've lived a long time.
Christmas has some kind of a special ring to it, doesn't it? I know two little boys right now got their noses pressed against the window pane, looking for that little old feller in a gray beard and a red suit, coming across the rooftops with his reindeer.
This may be my last Christmas too, you know. The last one I'll spend in the darkness. Next year, mister, I may have my nose pressing up against a window pane. But I won't watch for Santa. There will be plenty of kids without mine doing that. I think I'll just go outside and lift my hands up to heaven and pray that God will just let me see that star. You know the one, the Bethlehem star?
Oh, I think you'll see it. Who knows? Even right now, some quiet corner in heaven, hidden away from all the shouting and singing, a couple of angels are just polishing away on that star, getting it ready just for you, Julie.
Make them stop, Louie. Make them stop.
Did y'all lay off all the mushy stuff? You know here Harry can't take it. And stop talking about you-know-who and the reindeer. Ain't that so real.
Oh, I'll bet a big, strong, intelligent man like you doesn't believe in all that stuff. Do you, Mr. Rochester?
Listen, lady, the name is Detroit. Detroit Louie, you know, like where cars are made from. You can't fool old Louie here. One year the warden and the chaplain told us all about the baby Jesus being born. Well, some people believed it, not me.
Mr. Louie, you should be ashamed of yourself for even thinking and for talking like that. You'd better be careful.
I knowed it. Did you say warden? You've been in prison.
Listen, I don't know what you heard, but I didn't say warden, no man.
That's right. I listened real close, and I didn't hear nothing about no warden.
What difference does it make? Everybody's entitled to one mistake, isn't that right, Mr. Atlanta?
You can relax now. She's doing just fine. The doctor's almost finished with her and is almost ready to start seeing all of you. Have any of you seen my watch? I was sure I had it.
Is this it, ma'am? You must have dropped it off your arm.
What was her trouble, nurse? The young woman, I mean. Had she had an accident?
You might call it that. Let's just say she misread the instructions on the medicine bottle.
Sleeping pills.
My. Would you just look at all those sad faces? And on Christmas Eve of all days. I tell you what, y'all give me a few more minutes with our last patient, and I promise I'll get every single one of you out of here to enjoy the mistletoe this year.
And Walter, I don't know You don't have any mistletoe hanging around, do you?
Believe you me, I hope you don't.
Well, why don't y'all do something to pass the time away? I'll tell you what, I've got a Bible at my desk in the back, and someone can read the Christmas story since this is the night before Christmas.
Yeah, especially the part about the reindeer.
Not that story, the Christmas story about the birth of Christ.
Talk about reading the Christmas story. Poor Harry here, he's in agony. I don't know, Christmas is just getting to you. Unless y'all got presents under there, which you don't.
Why not let someone read it? It might do us good.
Well, that's strange. It was there this morning.
Not the Bible, Harry.
Is this it, ma'am?
Why, yes, that's it. Thank you, sir. You seem to be finding everything today.
Unless you want to drive a suffering man out in the snow, we don't want to hear it, and we're going to sit here and listen to it.
It ain't snowing, Louie.
Why in the world are you so determined not to hear it? Mercy, I should think that you could at least let someone read it. Just close your ears.
Listen, the past 11 years, I've been on the inside, and they tell this Christmas story. The chaplain has us come out, we sing a Christmas carol, tells us about the baby Jesus, and for the first time in 12 years, I'm on the outside. I don't hear it.
But Louie, let's listen about the reindeer. Please.
Don't you believe in Christmas, mister?
Sure. I believe it just about as much as you do about them up there polishing the star, getting it all ready for you.
Don't you say that. You take it back. I'll see it. Just wait. Next year, I'll see you. I know I will.
Are you happy now, Mr. Lloyd? I hope you're satisfied.
Listen, I'm sorry. He's probably right. He's probably up there polishing that star, getting it all ready just for you.
You see, the doctor can do anything he puts his mind to. You just have to be patient.
I'm sorry I cried. I guess I'm just tired.
Here, honey, why don't you take a nap? And when you get back up, maybe the doctor will be here to see you.
Who knows, when you wake up, there might be a whole room full of presents just for you.
And a great big Christmas tree with candy canes all over it and gifts under it for all of you.
Why, who knows what is in this room? This is Christmas. Anything can happen. Right now, this very minute, God might have his heralding angels floating all around the room. And with treasure chests full of gifts for everyone, anything that they ask for. Remember, the world asked for a Savior one night, and they got him.
All across this whole world, right now, boys and girls are kneeling beside their beds asking God for things. Why don't you, I know it sounds silly, but since you're going to have to take a nap anyway, why don't you say a little prayer? You don't have to say very much.
I couldn't do that. What would all of you think?
Who cares what we think? I've got two boys at home that I would give the world right now to hear them praying. Please do it for me.
Well, leave me out of it. They all haul y'all off to the funny farm. I ain't going. The spirit of Christmas may be getting y'all, but it ain't getting me.
All right. I'll do it. But remember, you promised not to laugh.
Don't worry, Julie. No one is laughing.
God, thank you for Christmas. Thank you for your only son. Bless all of us that are gathered here. Bless the good doctor and nurse, and help them to help us. Let Mr. Varner get back to his family in time for Christmas. Make Mrs. Aiken well, help Harry's hurt finger, and please, God, let me see again. Oh yes, please, Lord, please let Christmas come to Detroit.
Are you sure this is the right address? Looks like a hospital to me. Yes, this is it, alright. This is where the call came from. Let me see the message again. That's a pretty big order. I know it's Christmas, but she sure is asking a lot for a 2-minute prayer. You should have known whenever you volunteered to come with me how it would be. It's been that way ever since, well, you know. That was you. You washed your wings over that one, didn't you? Everyone's entitled to one mistake, okay? Plus, how was I supposed to know that something like that made such a big shock? What a fish. With an electric eel? Whatever possessed you to drop an eel into it? I don't know, it sounded like a good idea. He was going on and on and on. If it hadn't been for that good sister getting the Folger, I don't know what would have happened. At least that's one baptizing I remember. Yes, and so will I. It's mighty tiring walking from cloud to cloud. Sure do hope they remember my size. I want those nice shiny wings back. You can feel the Christmas spirit even up here, can't you? It's kind of nice. It's like we're down here giving a gift, but we're getting one in return too. I hadn't thought of it like that before. Helping out that nice little girl, maybe getting my nice shiny wings back. I wouldn't get my hopes up. Remember what happened to the last one that lost hers? She had to settle for a set of trade-ins. Let's not get forth before the chariot. We've got a job to do. She put in a big order down there. Let's see now. Mr. Varner, home for Christmas. That shouldn't be too hard to arrange. Miss Aiken. Doctor, nurse. Just wait a minute. Detroit Louis. Who would name somebody something like that? That's what it says here. Let Christmas come to Detroit Louis. That's her very words. That's strange. I don't have anything on him. This sure is going to be difficult. Tell you what, let's go down there and see for ourselves. I could grant her wish on any of the others, but this Mr. Louis, just don't know about him.
You just have a seat over here, honey. The doctor's calling in your prescription now.
My, what a nice young lady. But she sure is a mess. Wonder what could have happened to her. She's not on the list, so let's not worry about her. But she looks so lonely. Maybe if I just the wings, remember? Yeah.
Hello. Why are you crying?
I don't know. I just don't know what else to do, I guess.
Could I get you something, miss? A drink of water, perhaps?
You can get me one, mister. Can I have one, Louis, please?
Harry, shut up. Water is not for drinking. Do you want to rust your windpipes or something?
This sure is going to be difficult.
Is there a phone that I could use?
There's one in the back lab. Just a minute and I'll check and see if the doctor's finished with it.
No, that's okay. He's probably not there anyway. He wouldn't want to come down. Now, dearie, it's not all that bad. The world's not coming to an end.
Well, it has for me.
Make them stop it, Louis. Make them stop. It gets me here every time. It reminds me of the night I broke my Mabel's nose.
Tell me about it. Sometimes it just helps to tell someone. Keep it all pinned up inside of you doesn't help.
Why couldn't you just leave me alone? If I didn't want to die, I wouldn't have taken all those pills.
No, miss, you didn't want to die. You took those pills just because you thought you did. But deep down inside, you really wanted to live.
No, I didn't want to live anymore. I'd rather die than have to tell Jimmy that, well, I don't know.
How can I ever tell him?
It isn't that bad. Husbands have faced it before. Why don't you just tell him and tell him the truth?
Jimmy's been working to at least have us a Christmas this year.
Well, where do we start? Which one of her wishes should we grant? What about that old lady? I think that should be easy enough. Maybe a good sharpshooting pain down her side for a start. And then, what about the young lady there? What if she were to try something desperate again? But the list, she's not our responsibility. Maybe you're right. But if I knew which one she just really wanted, the doctor, that should be easy enough. Her eyes. I think maybe we could, maybe. This St. Louis, do you have anything on him? St. Louis, how would you make that mistake? I hope they didn't hear it. Oh, Mom. Did I say that?
Saving for Christmas. If I hear that again, I'm going to open up the window and have Harry jump out. Haven't y'all talk about something else?
Well, maybe we could discuss food rules or card games. Would that be more to your liking?
Look, sister, I might not know everything there is to know about Christmas or about praying, but I do know all you get from praying is calluses on your kneecaps. If you want to make something happen, you got to make it happen. If you want to take something, take it.
This sure is going to take some doing. And that young woman, but she's not on our list. But if we can help her, that would be all it will take for Christmas. You go back and you have her put on the list. Because we can't leave her out. I'll never be able to decide what just one to grant. We need to grant all of them. All right, Mr. Wings, let's go. If we go now, we can make it back. But what if someone leaves? We won't have time to go and track them down and then come back here and grant all the other wishes. You go, and I'll stay here. All right, you stay, Mr. Wings. But please, don't mess this one up.
Don't ever sell a prayer short, young man. You'd be surprised what a simple prayer can do sometimes.
Is that so? I don't see any miracles around here. And that prayer she prayed, that's about as simple as you can get.
You promised you wouldn't laugh. Now you're making fun.
I ain't making fun. It's just that, why'd you have to mention my name? Ain't nobody ever mentioned my name to the man upstairs. How you ruined my rap?
Mr. Louie, don't you just feel anything at all? Doesn't Christmas mean at least something to you?
Yeah, sure. Just in a little bit, I'll be putting my snowsuit on, right, the red one, and I'll be skipping around the rooftop. These people are giving me the willies. How about we leave? But before we leave, let's do a little something.
Louie, you said I could take the rest of the day off. Besides, they ain't got nothing worth lifting.
Maybe you haven't noticed, but it's starting to snow outside, and that bench ain't getting no warmer, and them hot dogs we ate for breakfast, they ain't gonna last us through the holidays.
But look at them, Louie, just look. I bet there ain't $5 between them. Couldn't we just go out and knock out a window like last year, where at least we'll get to be in a nice warm cell for a day or two?
All right, I'll just go get the doctor and have him come out here and check your box and that little fancy pen that nurse was using.
Okay, all right, Louie, you win, but talk with them a few minutes. I mean, limber up my picking finger.
Wonder what's keeping her. She needs to hurry.
You feel better, miss?
Yeah, I guess so, thank you.
I wish I could say the same. I just think this shooting pain. I feel my side. I start had the same thing last year. We had to ship her off to the funny farm.
Well, I never.
I wish they'd hurry up with those prescriptions.
Oh, to be young again. Just to have some place to go. Hurry here, hurry there. Just to have some place to go.
I wish they would hurry too. I do hope he's found someone who could help me.
He's trying, darling. You'll never know how hard he's trying. Those specialists are busy people. You can't just call them in on a moment's notice.
No, I guess still, I can't help but wonder if it would be any different if I were able to pay something.
No, honey. Even if you had $1 million, things wouldn't be any different. The doctor you need just isn't available. As soon as he is, though, you'll have him.
Would you like a magazine, mister?
No, thank you. I just don't read too much anymore.
It sure is lovely, Drew. I've had a better time with solitary.
Yes, I'm sure you have.
Look, old man. Is your son coming back to get you? Or did it leave?
No, he'll be back. He hasn't forgotten. He's going to be back for me soon.
Sure he will. Sure.
Can I get you anything, miss? Maybe a drink of water?
Oh, no, thank you. There's nothing anybody can do.
Does anyone have the time? I can't seem to find my watch.
Sure, Doc. Actually, I have misplaced all of mine too.
Oh. Well, nurse, it's getting pretty late. I guess you can take the rest of the evening off. I'll finish up with the rest of our guests here. You've probably got some last-minute shopping you need to take care of.
Why, yes, thank you, doctor, I do. I'll just finish up these reports and go on if you're sure you won't need me.
Yes, I'm sure. Well, Julie, I'm sorry, but still no luck with the specialist. I just can't seem to find him. Maybe once the holidays are over, we can get him in.
Please, doctor, please. Just try one more time. It's Christmas, and I can't go back to him without knowing at least something.
All right. It's useless, but I'll try again. I'm having your prescription sent over. It shouldn't take too much longer. And Mrs. Aiken, I'm having you some stronger capsules sent over too. They should be able to carry you through the holidays.
Bless you, God. Bless you. Hey, Doc. How about looking at my pal here? He's an agony.
Oh, yes. I had forgotten about you. What was your trouble again?
I think it's set up with gangrene, doctor. Oh.
Well, it just looks like a little sprain. Can you stand a little bit of pain?
Hey, listen. Old Saltbox eats razor blades for breakfast. Anything you can dish out, Old Saltbox can take.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
God, Harry. Oh, God.
It's just a little sprain. He'll be fine once he comes to. I guess he missed his serving of razor blades this morning. Nurse, would you mind getting the smelling salts for me, please? Let's see now. Oh, yes. Mr. Martin. That is right, isn't it, Mr. Varner?
Yes, Doctor.
There should be somebody over fairly soon once we can get your paperwork processed.
Someone? I don't understand. My son, he's still here, isn't he?
You mean they haven't told him? I guess I was mistaken, Mr. Varner. Excuse me. Let me check on it for you, okay? I swear. Some days, I wish I was riding the streets as a beat cop, getting beat down, spit on, and cussed out, rather than doing this job. It just grinds you down. Did you just look at him? He doesn't suspect a thing. And her. She still thinks that I can get somebody in here to operate on her eyes.
Is it that hopeless?
It's that hopeless.
Tell me truthfully, is there no one that can help her?
Well, sure there is. I talked to him this afternoon. He was interested in her case, really interested, until we started talking about the price. I guess the Christmas spirit just hasn't quite hit it yet. He's not taking any charity cases right now.
And him, when are you going to tell him that they're taking him into the old folks' home?
How do you tell a man, the same man who sacrificed so many years of his life and struggled so hard to raise his son, that he doesn't need him anymore? You tell me how to do that, and I'll tell him.
Hey, you gotta get any smelling salts? He ain't been down here for the night.
Oh, that's right, the smelly salts.
Oh, no. What happened to him? I should have known better than to leave you here alone. He only passed out. Well, what did they say? Gonna help all of them? No, I'm afraid not. They still think you're a bad risk. A bad risk. Come on now. Did you tell them about all of them? Please just make an exception. This is one time. I told them. They said it was a bad judgment to let you down here for this case. Well, that's what it is. And we'll have to make this one count.
Did anybody get his license plate? He was in a green truck and. Whew.
It's okay, Harry. It's okay. You're gonna be okay.
Let's get out here, Lily. I don't feel so good.
Hey, did you frisk them?
They're in the shoe.
You mean they're broke?
Broke. It's in their pockets and it echoes.
Oh, what are they talking about? Don't tell me they're big pockets. I'm afraid so.
I didn't get the flag on the
Well, at least they have a little decency left. Most parts still livers.
I got her while you just passed out. She ain't got none either.
No. You had better sit down for a while to get your strength back. Then you'll feel better.
I guess I may as well go. If he had gotten him, he'd been back by now. Nurse, would you call the number I gave you? They said someone would come if I didn't get to stay this time. It's been so nice meeting all of you. I do hope everything works out all right. Mr. Varner, I hope those grandsons of yours give you the biggest Christmas you've ever had.
Why, thanks, Julie. They will. They will. You just wait until they open those presents I have for them.
I hope your finger doesn't hurt anymore. You will be able to work again now, won't you?
Oh, girl, it ain't even completely stopped yet.
There's no need to call. I can drop you off on my way home. Just let me go put these files up.
Well, go ahead. She has to see again. Grant her wish. It's getting dark and you already can't afford to be out with it. I just don't know. I mean, what if she would rather have something else? What if she would have another wish granted? Can't be completely sure. Are you serious? She's blind. What could be more important to her than her sight? I guess you're right. I do hope I'm not making a mistake. Can't afford another one.
That's a silly name. I bet that's not your name at all. What is your name? Your real name?
That's my name. I ought to know my name. Why you want to know?
Oh, that's all right. I have my reasons.
Whatever your plans are, leave me out of them.
Oh, but you are. In fact, I've got real big plans, and you're in the very center of every one of them. I feel a lot better if I could call a real name in my prayers instead of a silly old nickname like Detroit Lily does.
Look, kid, leave me out of your prayers. I don't want them, don't need them.
But I've already prayed. You heard me. I said, please God, let Christmas come to Detroit Lily. And Mr. Louie, I'm going to keep on asking until it does come. And something happens to soften up how all hard you are. You know what? I don't think it's nearly as hard as you personally think now.
Well, what's the matter? Why don't you touch her? I'm just not sure. I could be absolutely 100% sure that Sam's what she wants. I mean, love everything else.
Please, let's not argue amongst ourselves. We've got enough troubles. Just look, it's starting to snow and the ground's almost covered.
I wish I could see. I bet it's just wonderful.
Yeah, real beautiful. You just wait till tomorrow and all the traffic splashed it here and splashed it there, and the smoke and ashes have had a chance to settle down. You just wait and see how beautiful it is then.
And look, there's two little boys playing in the snow. So cold. They don't even have mittens on. They're making a snowball with their hands. Now you know that is not good.
Hey, you ought to try sleeping in a couple of days. You might get some startling discovery.
Does it show any signs of letting up yet? I hope the boys haven't noticed it. You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll just tell my son not to wake them up, and I'll wake them up in the morning, and I'll throw them curtains back and say, just look what your grandpa got for you today. Yes, sir. They'll know their old grandpa really loves them then.
Sure they will. Maybe you can throw in some rainbows and some bluebirds. Listen, old man, you get it. You've been ditched. You've been deserted. You got it?
I don't know what you're talking about. Nurse, tell him I'm going home. I'm going home.
I hope you're satisfied. What little hope he had left is gone now. You've seen to that. Are you proud of yourself, Mr. Detroit Lily?
Listen, I'm about fed up with this. All this Christmas stuff, it's like a crutch that you walked in here on. You ain't going nowhere. And you can't tell Jimmy about it. Well, you can't even take pills right. And you, blind. 1,000 Christmases from now, you'll still be blind. You won't be able to see nothing. Harry, I'm done.
Mr. Louie, I still mean it, even more now. I don't care if I never see you. It just doesn't matter anymore. I would like to see just one thing, though. I'd like to be there with eyes wide open when it happens, and it will happen. Just as sure as there is a God in heaven, then Christmas will come to Detroit Lily.
No, don't do it. Right now. Well, you've done it now. The ill cave was bad enough. I don't know if that's a good day's work for you, but it sure won't earn 7 weeks. Oh, hush.
Did you hear that?
What was it? What did it sound like?
It's kind of pretty. Harps playing.
If you hear it again, you better listen real close. I don't imagine you'll be hearing any more harps anytime soon.
I don't feel so good. I better stay seated.
We don't talk about them harps no more, Harry. Suddenly I don't feel so good either.
What we do now? We just bestowed our Christmas blessing on a pickpocket and robbed a little blind girl with that happiness. I don't know, but have you ever seen such sincerity in a little child? The way that she said, Detroit, Louis will receive a Christmas this year? I guess that's all it took. Well, take a good look at him. There he sits. Out of everybody, you had to choose him.
I'm worried. Something bad's wrong, Harry. Even you're looking good.
I don't care what he is. I still think I chose right. If Christ came into the world to live and die for this kind of people, then it's only proper on his birthday that he meets one of them. Hey, look, what happens to them now? You could have touched one of them and opened a whole new world. I mean, what's going to happen next? He'll die with a broken heart before the new year ends if he gets confined to a room with the rest of them. But don't you see? All of their needs are on the outside. Daily needs. Anybody could fix those. But Louis, his are on the inside. It's going to take something magical. Like the Lord.
Listen, do I hear bells?
It can't be sleigh bells.
It's him. Oh God, it's him. I can see it right here. I can see him.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Mind if I come in and warm up for a minute?
No, certainly not. Have a seat.
Is that you ringing them bells?
Yes, it was I. We put a pot outside for the orphans. The other workers must have taken sick and gone home. I've got to take over for him as soon as I can get the numbness out of my hands. My ringing didn't startle you, did it?
Oh no, not me. It shook the little girl up a little bit though.
Why, Mr. Nashville, you're singing a Christmas carol.
Hey, ma'am, St. Louis happy?
But a Christmas carol?
Sir, is that a Bible you have there? Are you a minister?
I guess you could call me that. You see, all of us at headquarters have to serve out an apprenticeship on the streets. Some of us witness, some preach. I just ring the bell on the corner.
But why did you pick this corner? You're more than likely to get stolen from than contributed to.
It was kind of a hasty decision. Well, thanks for letting me thaw out a little. I better get back on the corner. Wait a minute. We have a policy at headquarters that if somebody does something for you, you have to do something for them. Is there anything I can do for you folks?
But all we did was offer you a chair. You don't owe us anything.
Yes, I do. You offer me warmth and fellowship. What more can a man ask for on Christmas? I'll tell you what, since this is Christmas and I have my Bible, I'll read you the Christmas story.
I don't know about that. What about it, Mr. Louis?
Oh, let's pray country now.
After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born, King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he called together all the people's chiefs and priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. "In Bethlehem, in Judea," they replied. "This is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people, Israel." Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I too may go and worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother, Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route.
Oh my, what a beautiful Christmas story. It gets more beautiful every time I hear it. Just a tiny, innocent baby in a manger. Just think of it.
And the star, just think of the star, hanging there twinkling silently in the sky. Why, they could see it for miles and miles.
Oh, somebody just made that up about the reindeer.
Are you sure that's the same story we've been hearing all these years? It don't sound like the same one.
It's the same one, all right. Perhaps this was the first time you've ever really listened. Well, I've done my part. Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas. Yeah. Oh. So the wise men came and brought gifts to this baby Jesus. And then they left empty-handed. Well, why were they called wise men?
Well, that's another one of God's mysteries, Louis. It gives you something to think about. You figure that one out for yourself. When the answer comes to you, then you got the key to Christmas.
What kind of answer was that?
Hey, but Louie, I don't see an omission pot out there. I don't see one at all.
That's strange. I didn't see one when I came in either. It was a strange one, wasn't it? Have you ever heard anyone read with more feeling than that? I could have listened to him all night.
I didn't think of it then, but did you notice there wasn't even any snow on him? He wasn't even wearing a hat, not one bit of snow.
Oh, well, he's gone now. There's no worrying about it. Are you ready to go, honey? We'd better get going if we're going to get home in time to open gifts. Do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Merry Christmas, everyone. I wish I had a gift to give to every one of you. Well, I didn't give my gift either, did I? I'm going back just like I came. Oh, well. Maybe if I had been bearing gifts instead of singing them, I would have gone back a different way.
That's it. That's what the man said. Don't you see? That's what Christmas really meant. They were the wise men.
Christmas is not all gifts and giving. You're leaving out the most important part. It's also the birthday of Christ.
I didn't leave that out. That's the key to Christmas. The wise men gave gifts. God gave His Son. His Son gave us life. And death gives us hope.
Never thought of it like that. The things we give, our Christmas gifts, I mean, when you think of it like that, they take on more meaning. They're more than just tinsel.
We have a tendency to cheapen it, don't we? He came and gave his life, and then we push him back in the background and roll out a shiny bike or a doll in his place.
He must have known how it was going to be. He must have known that the Christmas spirit was dying with him. Come to think of it, every day that he lived was like Christmas. He just gave everywhere he went.
And asked nothing in return.
Then, as the evening shadows were setting in over Calvary, he knew that Christmas was stealing away. Remember what he said. It's finished.
Like a little girl, after the last present has been opened. How you hate to think it's over. You wait and plan and dream, and then suddenly it's finished. Christmas has gone.
And all you have left is an armload of wrapping paper, some clothes that don't fit, and that awful, awful empty feeling.
But it don't have to be that way. The wise men gave. And So if we keep receiving, we're left empty-handed. But if we give, like the wise man, then that's the key to Christmas. Giving. Come on, Harry.
What's going on in here? I just talked to...
Hey, listen. I'm now tired of hearing about all this. You better stay here and wait for us to get back if you know what's good for you. Because without him, there ain't no Christmas. And without us bringing him back, there ain't no Christmas. Y'all sit right here, and Doc's gonna take a little ride.
But where are you taking him?
Down, Harry!
Oh, you'll see when we get out.
Oh no, they're taking him. He's going to be at the bottom of the river.
No. It's not that bad. You've been watching too much television, lady.
He didn't seem to be such a bad man.
He tried to act like one, though. But it was really Harry that was the bad one. But he was about as tough as a baby. I thought he was coming.
Well, what are we going to do? Do we call the police?
Oh no, we can't do that. Something bad might happen. I don't seem to be going anywhere anyhow. I might as well sit here and see what goes down.
Well, there they sit. We're certainly giving them Christmas to remember. You don't have to remind me. I feel bad enough. There ain't no need to keep on rubbing it in. Should probably get started back if we're going to make it in time for the Christmas party. Sure ain't going to miss those wings. Out loud.
Hey, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Oh, Jimmy, why did you have to come down here?
Oh, you just relax right there, okay?
You mean he told you? And you're not angry?
I'm gonna be angry. You know me. I always walking down the hallway yelling "Daddy" just so I can hear the echo.
Thank goodness you're still here, Dad. Come on, let's go home.
Yes, and please hurry. They're probably tearing down the house by now.
I don't understand. What took you so long, son?
I still don't understand what happened. Someone broke into the house while we were gone. He didn't take the thing, just talked to the boys, called himself Harry or something like that, they said. He told the boys that their grandpa was being locked up and would never get to see them again, not even on Christmas. He started a young war around our house.
Yes, please hurry up. The more we wait, the worse.
We gotta hurry. You know, he didn't know what he was talking about. That hairy guy, I mean.
But no, Dad, it might have seemed like that way for a time, but no, he didn't know what he was talking about.
Come on, Dad, let's go home.
Got some nerve grabbing your shoulder now. Here she is, sir. Here's the one I was telling you about. Julie. Here, I might as well have a look. Can I raise your some glasses? You know, I do think we can help. Have her in my office first thing Monday morning.
Come on, let me help me. Let me take you home. No, not home. We got some celebrating to do. How does a nice, tall, chocolate sundae sound with all the trimmings?
just come with me. I've got a little surprise for you. Just what you've always wanted. A full body x-ray, complete in a fruitwood frame.
You don't mean it for me? Merry Christmas!
You feeling better now, Louie?
Actually, I believe I do, for the first time.
Oh, what are we going to do now?
Well, I say, maybe run into that cop, he'll recognize us, and
Then we can get locked up in that cell and hear the story on the radio.
yeah, I'm thinking we'd like to hear that story one more time.
Thank you guys for coming in. This has been a lot of fun this time together. We've worked hard in getting the play where it is. Before we leave, of course, we want to invite you over to the fellowship hall, but we'd like to close with a word of prayer. And remember, with all the season of Christmas, don't forget that it's about Jesus Christ and what He can do in our hearts and in our minds. Let us pray together. Oh God, we thank you for your presence. We thank you for the mysterious ways that you work with all of your people. Lead us, guide us, help us to go forth as your people. Sometimes we don't understand and we are in darkness. Sometimes we don't quite understand why they were wise men or things about the Bible. Yet we know in our questioning you are there. And you are strengthening us in our wrestling, that you are helping us. And for that we are grateful and thankful. In your name we pray. Amen.
And feel free to take a Christmas bag on the way out.